All right. Woke up early this morning. Melania, 3 tundras. Be too difficult. And let's see what mount we get. Hopefully not engineering. Industrial. All right. See what we can do with this. For me, agricultural is pretty strong. Saxony mechanical isn't bad. And we've got Nordic patriotic. Let's talk about these combinations really quickly. We saw Saxony mechanical, which clocks in as a B. See Mia agricultural, which is an A tier. We're Polani industrial, which clocks in B tier. And we saw, I believe, Nordic patriotic, which is C tier combination. I'm going to start off, and I'm going to just rush the encounter rather than trying to build a mine. A lot of people do. Good morning, Weimer. Is there a link for the tier list? It is on Reddit. It is on the Scythe Facebook group, and you might be able to find it. You join the Scythe Discord, or you if you have Discord and you send me a friend request, my ID is up in the top left there. I will send it to you. What happened? Trade for oil, a produce, and another produce. We're gonna go ahead and start trading for metal. So that when we get to our encounter, we can make some mechs. What's Crimea gonna do? Got the agricultural mat, so this may be a trade coming up for new food. Set up a bolster into an enlist next turn. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna card bolster into an enlist. Then maybe trade metal next turn to go ahead and get a mech. Right. But we'd like something good, right? Good morning, Nan. Well, guess we are gonna build a mine. Yeah, I did sleep. I went to bed, and I woke up, and I thought, I'll go stream for a little bit. anybody's on playing. And a few people were. Here I am. I didn't know if anyone would watch. I know that the sort of Scythe community is all over the world, so it's the middle of the day somewhere, it's early afternoon somewhere. Alright, here's his first enlist out of Crimea. Wow, look at combat cards there. That's nice. Okay. Going to use our last coin here. I'll take it. What, round 6 to this village, 8 to the factory? Not horrible, not amazing. Pretty good for this mat, I suppose. Be nice to get metal off of this encounter. Go ahead and go to 8 workers and get the submerged mech before moving to the factory. Oh yeah, my mechs are painted. I'm gonna turn that back off. I'm just used to the other way. 2 a.m. where you are. That must be either... Is it the West Coast or like Arizona? Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time. I think I may have that backwards. California. Yeah. Okay. Cool. California is beautiful. Been a little bit of time Northern California, up in Napa. I've been to Southern California a few times, but not quite as much. Saxony going for that first encounter. For me, I went ahead and kept reducing to get to 8 workers rather than going for that mech. What do we think? Probably the upgrade in 2 resources is the way to go. We upgrade their deploy again, move and deploy. Oh, going mine. It's not what I wanted to see. Yikes. Oh, it didn't go mine. They went with the mill. That's wonderful. All kinds of wonderful. Okay, I'll take this. Don't have much money here. Wanted to trade for the 2 metal anyway, so getting the enlist and the food means we're about to be at 3 out of 4 enlists and 2 mechs. I'm sure it's not, I think COVID was pretty bad in San Francisco for a while there too, wasn't it? We're in some serious lockdown. Oh, there's, yeah. Okay, let's see, what are we getting? We got some oil on the ground in both places, so let's go for that. And some coin. I think I need to move next turn. We got speed out of Saxony. Probably gonna see underpass this turn. Yeah, I think I have to move. I think we finally see a move from Crimea spreading out these workers. Looks like they're gonna build 3 more mechs. We don't have any oil on the ground, so there's no upgrade happening. Suggests they may have to produce twice more, right? Because he needs 6 food. They'd taken the 4 off the encounter, they just would have had to produce 1 more time, I think. If they were to go Riverwalk for some reason, I could go ahead and produce. But he'll probably go underpass. Means I have to go for the factory. And I don't want him bumping off my workers, or I get the worker star, because it wouldn't cost him anything to do that. What do we want here? Yeah, we don't want that. We're about to have the worker star. We don't need that. Go there, but we have very little coin. Could get this, but we don't have any popularity. We're not going to get any more off the encounter, which means we'd have to use this one once to grab an encounter. How many are out there? 1, 2, 3. Expect to get, so we'd have to grab the first one without a bottom row action. The next two would give us mechs, although our mech is under our produce anyway. We don't have popularity. Usually this is a better card, but I think I'm going to go with this. Not sure I completely like that choice, but there it is. It's completely conceivable that Saxony steals this encounter from us, so we may just get 2 more. Actually, I go for this one first, after getting the submerge mech. Lord's gonna go ahead and grab theirs. Maybe I'll get some more food off of encounter. Trade for some pop or something. Get my last enlist. Is he gonna attack me? Yeah, he is. Okay. I don't think there's any way he commits heavily here. Mainly just wanting to pick up a star right there. So he's blocked me from this encounter. He doesn't have Riverwalk yet. We'll get submerged next turn. Don't really love that. Yeah, he attack him with 1 unit there. It wasn't believable that he was going to commit, and my combat cards are so good right now. Yeah, I mean, if he had gone ham there, he would have put himself in a bad position. Elo was high enough that I didn't believe that he would. I was right. Spent what, 2 power in a card? Okay, what do we want to do here? We don't have much of a choice. Can't get to any more encounters. So submerge it is. Here's where I feel like it gets a little bit difficult. First of all, Sax may try to attack me again. Get my objective. He doesn't have disarm yet, although he may be about to get it. See what he does. No, he did not grab the Tagawa encounter. Nordic deploying here now may do that. Of course, it's seaworthy. What's the power situation? They have quite a bit more than me. I can't win a fight with them right now. Sure would like to. Sure would like to take this food. About Crimea. 5 and 1. They have scout. Do not. They just river walked. Started with speed. Well, that's interesting. Ooh. Mia just spent their last card, guys. I know where I'm going. I'm going to go take some Crimean food. I mean, that's a little too good to be true, to be honest. With not winning, but definitely head in the star count here. And we haven't started spreading out, so. Maybe should have brought one of these guys. That's okay. Could have gotten away with 5, probably. Or less. I think that coin factory card is paying off so far. Used it twice. 6 coin. Got our 2 combat stars. I'm gonna get the enlist star and the objective star. We just need 2 max, which may be tricky to get. Hey, good morning, Mark. Don't know if it's morning where you are, but in any case. Day. Good evening, good morning. Now he's got Scout. He probably, good chance he gets attacked by Saxony here, right? Yeah, there it is. That's a great idea. Rustfiat Mountain. Sax can't get me there. For me to let him bluff hard. Sax doesn't have a lot of cards left. Still sitting on another 5. I think I've had half of the 5s in the game this round. So to produce, I'm going to need some popularity. So thankfully I got 4 of them. What I don't need is combat cards. That's another 5 though. Someone else won't get it. So yeah, move to the Rustfiat Mountain, get away from Saxony. Bring some workers with me. Yeah, good morning, Mark. This is not the tournament. I'm just playing some ranked this morning. Woke up early. There's some tournament games later today. I'm not streaming any of them, but you should check them out. There's one at I want to say there's one at 11 Eastern Time, which is my time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And what's the other one? Gotta check. 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Eastern, and 11 a.m. Eastern. So, about, what's that, 6 hours from now, 9 hours from now, and 12 hours from now. Should be some good games. For me, I can river walk to that mountain. Go down back there, but then I'd be vulnerable to Nordic. Me has got more power than Saxony right now. Oh, Marky Mark. That makes sense. Oh, I didn't. I didn't update the title. I'll change the VOD when it comes up. That makes sense, man. Sorry. Sorry to be a source of confusion. How are we doing on points here? We're not too spread out. Ooh, not great. Hmm. Yeah, we're not too worried about this. I mean, you can have a combat. Could have thrown a 5 though, just to. Uh, just to give the other mech a chance to spread him out and get my objective. Really the only reason. Thanks for following Marky Mark. It would be a popularity short. No, produced to get the medal for both the mechs. That makes sense too. I can trade for it if I have to. Probably not going to be doing any attacking here. I don't have any popularity anyway. 8 down. 6 from the last 2. Short of catching Nordic, unless I bump some of his workers. Then factory spread. Yeah. Could have done it that way too, definitely. Alright, Sax is going to help me out a little bit here. He's going to move. Which is nice. Trying to think how I'm going to get my objective here. Back spreading out, expecting this game to end, I guess. 14 down. Going to be difficult. Look at that. Black's about to win here. 34. It's a spread, right? Can't win a fight on the factory. Oh yeah, we can. We wipe ourselves out. They move next time and win the game. So we pick up 3 territories with 3 coin, that'd be 9. Sax picking up a combo next time, combat next time. Probably beating Crimea. Look at Crimea, no power. We gotta do something about that. Sax probably ends the game here. No cards though. Doesn't really matter though. My 5 probably uses it, right? Yep. Here's where hopefully Nordic boots Sax or keeps him from ending the game. I've got a shot if I get one more turn, but Sax is just going to attack me on the tunnel, take my power, and okay, that's good. Does he have the power to hold it? Yeah, I think he does. Oh, come on, Nordic. That wasn't necessary. Nordic's smart, he'll throw this combat. Well, that's too bad. Fell for it, Saxony. Fell for it. Yeah, it happens. Maybe I should have spread earlier. Guy keeps wanting to join. That's doesn't have IFA. So I guess I'll make a game with no IFA. Problem was Saxony was in a position to end, and Crimea had no power. So if I didn't bump Crimea off the board, Saxony was just going to end. Objective wasn't hard. What he's talking about. 3 mountain territories and hedge your bets. Industrial. See what we got here. You're up against Polani Engineering, Patriotic, and Rusviet Agriculture. Polani Engineering's there in C tier. Nordic Patriotic going to be at C tier as well. Rusviet Agricultural is A tier, could be a lot worse. We're sitting at A tier as well. But we need a fast game. Wait for the metal to set up, immediately making a mech. Polani Engineering starting with the trade for metal. Going to be low coin pretty soon. 4 right now, but don't love that start from Nordic Patriotic. Really vulnerable to Rusviet coming into their territory. So with Polani with the engineering board, they don't go for buildings, and they might. They'll be low power. Nordic's not on metal right now. I think I want the 3 oil in the food rather than just the upgrade outright. Yeah, definitely. More metal and a mech for Polania. I think I'm going to turn around and use the oil. Grade my move. My deploy. Trade for some metal, produce. Trade for oil again. Upgrade again. Produce, make a mech. I don't think I'm going to do that. At least not at first. Start with a metal trade. Not a bad objective for Melania. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Two and 4 for Melania, right? That one enlist and set themselves up for another one off this move action. That's great for them. Grab 2 enlists, this one move. Only round 4. Nordic doesn't look like they're going to build mechs anytime soon, so Polania is our one target here. See, if we trade for metal, we can turn around and produce a mech. Trade for oil, we can bolster, upgrade, then produce a mech. So we produce a mech 1 turn later. On the metal route. Yeah, I'm actually I don't know how to say your name. ILLOK17. I'm actually streaming on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. Okay, Rustviet went for 8 workers, but he's got a metal on the ground rather than a food. So you'd expect him to trade for oil here. Then upgrade maybe his bolster and enlist, but he's going to go ahead and move. Okay. So I guess... And that's a good encounter for him. He'll take that 2 metal. Works out really well for him. I'm getting underpass. I'd like to put it there so I can move all my guys out to over here. But if I drop it here and encroach in on Rustviet, play disruptively, Saxony. So let's see here. If we were to throw down 6 against Rustviet, that would leave us with the ability to play 6 more. Because if you can bet if we take this spot, Rustviet's going to counter attack here unless their cards are just terrible. Of course, if they produce, they'll be down to 1 power. So by putting this mech here, we have to think very seriously about whether they're going to produce. What they'll probably do is they'll just make another mech, since they got 4 metal off of that encounter. Going to grab a food so I can get that in list. Get some combat cards off Rustviet, not Polania. Get an extra metal so that I can... What I might normally do is produce again and then move all the guys out to here and put 2 workers on the mountain, and then I wouldn't need that extra metal. But I'm wanting to stay at home here and keep the pressure on Rustviet. Because if his cards aren't good, he may not want to drop to 1 power and 2 cards. Forced him to waste a turn. That counts for something. He's gonna just use it to pick up an encounter. It's not that much of a waste, but gain some popularity. 7. Melania's power situation. I got some, but force them to go somewhere besides up here. Hoping he throws low here. He doesn't have much to gain by trying to win this. Okay. Let's just cycle a card here. Don't mind this at all. Melania drains themselves down to 2 power. I turn around, create the disarm mech, attack Melania next turn. Give you Rust Fiat 2. Right in there point wise. Maybe bump Polania's max or workers while we're at it. Slow them down a little bit. Got an objective. What does Rust Fiat do here? Got 2 max, right? Do they hit us with everything they've got? They reinforce that? Yes, they do. I let him bluff me. You know, that was foreseeable right there, because if he goes low there. If he goes high there, he just exposes himself to me coming right back, but I couldn't reach him next turn. Spot is still safe from Polania with no Riverwalk mech, no Submerged mech. Resviet with only one combat card now. The way they're playing, I don't think their combat cards are very good. Who's threatening right now? Lonnie and Rusviet are both sitting in fairly good position point-wise. Does Rusviet dare produce? That's the question. They do. Go all out here, right? I drain them a little bit, but I don't pick up the combat star. Unless they're sitting on it too, and then they are. That was beautiful. Yeah, their combat. We were right. Their combat cards are not good. Hmm. Yeah. Right call. We're gonna get some power off this enlist we're about to do. That was a really good turn for us. Surprised Polani didn't throw that combat, honestly, with these workers all back home. Take them forever to get those workers out to a village, but we did them a favor of knocking them off the tunnel. But if we'd lost this combat and hadn't got the benefit of that star, would have really set us back. They're out of power though, so they can't produce quickly to the worker star. We're going to have to spend the turn bolstering. Although they're enlisting, so I don't know which bonuses they haven't gotten. Coin looks like. course, we can't make our last mech. It'd be great if we could, but we had to spend that power to get the combat off Polania. What's the score look like? We're ahead. We could potentially end in turn 12, depending on how this goes. This game goes any longer, I'm gonna have to have this combat card in list. Probably not going for any more combats. I've got 3, that's enough. But I don't want to appear that I'm just a sitting duck on the board either. Lonnie could hit 2 of my mechs with 1 unit, or 1 of my mechs with 1 unit, 2 units, because just have 1 combat card, and they have no power, so what's disarm gonna do to them? Breastfeed's in a tough spot. Alright, Lonnie's gonna use the combat card, maybe bump my workers. No, they're just gonna grab an encounter. Let's see, what do they take? I missed it. I'm gonna take combat card, a popularity, and pay $2 for 4 wood. What's the score look like right now? We need to make sure we're ahead before we try to go to 5 stars. Nordic has seaworthy and speed. Means they could theoretically spread to 2 territories and try to get us to end it. But it wouldn't be enough. I think we're pretty safe going to, especially with the points we're gonna get, we're pretty safe going to 5 stars. So if no one stops us, we'll end next turn. See how the board reacts. Polani is just going to trade for some, or bolster for some power. Build a building. Nordic gonna do. I mean, everybody has to know there's a good chance I can end. I've turned in no objectives. I've got a move action coming up. Nordic's gonna take the factory. Do they have an upgraded move? They don't. They're still behind, so it's their power situation. They've got plenty. There's no way I can touch them on the factory. Go for an objective. What's their other move action going to be? Intriguing. I mean, they must be playing to pick up the combat star. They won't win if they throw this fight. Done all our produces, so we don't have to really worry about running out of power. Yeah, they wanted the combat star. Better cards, we could end this on a combat, but that's not really an option for us right now. See what Rusviet does here. Let's see, if Rusviet attacks us and we win the combat, we go to 36, and we beat Nordic on the tiebreaker, which is units. Because we have 4 mechs, they only have 2, both of us have 8 workers. The Rusviet can't afford to throw a combat against us just to pick up some territory. See what he does. That's it. 3 points to win the game. 6, 7, 8. Go after Nordic, but we don't need to. We have higher ground advantage. It's 3 mountains. Alright guys, Saxony Industrial in 13 turns. It's a good game. Yeah, I think it hurt Rusviet that they moved to that west farm early. Allowed us to pick up a combat star and dramatically slow down their game. Been on a bit of a slide for a while, but that was a good game for us. Yeah, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. $13 turns is not the fastest with Saxony Industrial, but not too shabby either. I'll take it. Ah, Terras, you're killing me, man. I'll remake with no IFA. Anytime I play with someone who doesn't have IFA, and I do, it's like guaranteed I'll get Albion. I don't mind rolling the dice on Albion, but I want everybody else to be rolling the dice too. Yeah, felt the same way. Alright, we've got Rusviet. And we can't get Innovative or Militant, unfortunately, because it's not an IFA game. Gotta establish a human shield. Create a permanent foothold is not doable. At some point we're gonna have to put 5 workers on the territory adjacent to the factory. Hey Christopher, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll take it, none. How'd I do, man? You like my Saxony Industrial all right? Felt like it went pretty well. Bullying this poor guy into getting invaders from afar. Saxon got here industrial, but he chooses to move first. Wants to go ahead and start getting those workers as he's getting the mechs. Not a horrible play there. Oh, you got Blood Rage going. Cool. Yeah, I need some spend the time to get more familiar with that. Mia's with the mechanical board. So if we're looking at our tier list here, Crimea Mechanical's rated S. Rusviet Engineering's rated A, which is us. Saxony Industrial's rated A. And Polonia Agricultural comes in at B. Still, Blood Rage is still buggy. Okay. Yeah, I can wait. Wait till they smooth the game out. Though it's Asmodee, so I'm not gonna hold my breath. So he went for underpass, but then he put the mech on the village instead of the mountain. It's interesting. Doesn't hurt anything if he's gonna just go for another mech before he moves, or if he's just gonna move one space to this village tunnel with his character, but it's maybe not what you'd expect to see. So since this is the engineering board, I'm actually going to go with the speed mech. Alright, the standard start for the mechanical board. Produce your first food, trade for 2 more, produce your 4th food to get to 4 workers, and an enlist. We're about to move here to the mountain and the tundra, split our workers 3 and 5, and hope that we can get at least 3 food off this encounter and grab an enlist. Saxony trading for some more metal, set themselves up for another produce deploy. Melania grabbing that encounter. Okay. Putting their mech on that forest. I mean, the popularity's nice, but I think you were hoping... Oh! They can build a structure. Go 2 and 3, right? They can put a mine right here and get out on the board pretty quickly. There's the mine. And you'd think, yeah, number 2. Alright, 2 there. 3 on the tundra so that we can upgrade when we produce. Take our character to the encounter. And it gave us food. Wonderful. So now we can get an enlist. And since this is the engineering board and we're going to be burning through power to produce quite a bit, go with this power enlist. I think the enlist bonus matters too much, but I can grab some combat cards. Could have gone with the combat card enlist. Crimea is going to be enlisting 3 more times. This is going to save us, oh gee, 2 or 3 power going for this one. And that's if no one else upgrades. For me, it might do an upgrade. If I'm not absolutely rushing with mechanical board, I'd like to grab an upgrade, because with an upgrade bolster, you can get the power star pretty easily with Crimea mechanical. And your trade is over that upgrade, so you can just trade for 2 oil and then use a combat card and immediately get an upgrade. Melania can't move this turn because they just moved. So maybe we see a produce out of them, yeah. Let's upgrade our move, and let's go ahead and make the upgrade cheaper. We're going to be doing that quite a bit. Because what we'd like to do is we'd like to produce again. Upgrade maybe the produce action is what we'll definitely want to upgrade, and the enlist. That'll give us 4 metal sitting on the board here. Next turn we can trade to get 2 food, is enough for this enlist. And drop a Riverwalk mech here. And then we can move these workers to a farm, move the characters of this encounter, and move one worker here. Now we're set up to boost twice, which gives us enough food for 2 more enlist in the enlist star. And this worker will turn into 2, and then the 2 will turn into 4. Well, not 4, turn into 3, I guess. And that will give us the worker star. What's Saxony doing here? Alright, Saxony moving out to that farm. Looks like they're interested in an economy game. Those two food will give them enough to get an enlist. Melania blocking my tunnel. Maybe they have population advantage, need 3 villages. That'd be great for them if that's the case. 2 popularity gain and upgrade and food is a strong combination. They've got the pop to do it. Will hurt their chances of getting tier 2. They don't really get anything that advances their game. They don't grab it. But they want to push for that 2nd tier, it looks like. Melania does not have submerge, which is good for us because this spot is unprotected. We said we were gonna reduce an additional time to get to 4 workers. Or I'm sorry, to get to 4 metal there. Create our produce and our enlist. Still early in our strategy and we're right there in the score. Everybody. To me, it looks like they're employing a 5 worker strategy. What do they want here? Just the 2 food and the pop? They're gonna just be burning through combat cards without some resources. Gonna take the 1 worker and 3 food? Will they take the worker? I mean, you functionally pay paid $2 in a pop for that 3rd food. Because they missed out on a popularity. They paid $2 instead of getting it outright. I get it though, I guess. I mean, it saves them 1 card. Right now, they're not convinced we're going to do enlists. So they may be a little bit nervous about their supply of cards. We are going to do enlists. We always do enlists. We already have a food. We'll trade for an oil for the other one. Make sure we get Riverwalk. And now on the next move, we can enlist. What's Crimea sitting on? 2 enlists. We'll get 2 more combat cards off of Crimea. And hopefully some off of Polania, though. Doesn't look like we can count on that at this point. Saxony is going to enlist, though, at least once. There it is. They got out 3 mechs. They've got 5 workers. They have no stars yet, though. And we just had a game as Saxony Industrial where it was over in 13 turns. If that happens here, we are not that fast with Rust-Viet Industrial, with Rust-Viet Engine. Polania and go to 8 workers and drop a second building next turn. This turn they're going to go to the factory. And probably that's it, right? Not really do anything else. Oh, they're gonna bide their time on going to 8 workers, it looks like. Maybe run a 5 worker economy for a little while. I think they want to get the build star. It's 4 per, so they need 12 more. They're producing 3 each time. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, if they can hold those spots, they can build 3 buildings on the tundra, both of those forests. And they get their objective. Go up here. That gives Saxony any easy combats. Could have gone down to there, but staying kind of safe to this point. Well, we can't pay 2 popularity, right? Because we're going to produce next time, is going to put us at 6 workers, and then we're going to have to produce 1 more time to get to 8, so we need at least 1 pop. I mean, I guess we could, but it's going to put us near, if not at tier 2, so it's hard to ever pass up this option. Basically, we're going to spend 1 more popularity this game, which means we're either going to be in tier 1 or we need to pick up 1 more encounter in all likelihood. There's another power, that's nice. You can be really power starved with the engineering board. It really helped that we got that initial enlist at the beginning off of that encounter. So we're looking at 2 more produce actions. You know what I could have done? What I should have done with this on the ground, probably should have gone ahead and moved these workers to metal. Right? Because I don't really... 4 upgrades away, I'm just going to produce twice. I'm not getting the upgrade star. It'll be some nice coins. But I could have saved myself some It'll be okay though, because what I'll do is I'll upgrade twice, and I'll make my deploy cost 2, and then I'll just trade outright for my last 2 mechs anyway. So what top row actions will we upgrade? Maybe the coin and the trade. Miss out on 2 coins, but I could go trade, and then next turn move over here like we talked about to enlist, produce again, and I get 2 popularity for that. And I have the 2 oil on the ground. So that would work. Let's talk about Crimea down here. Turn 9, just sitting on a speed mech. And now a scout mech. They're afraid of being attacked. Well, they got their objective, Warmonger. They did get the upgraded bolster. I'm guessing maybe they haven't gotten their power off the enlist bonus yet. Because they have to produce again. I mean, they could skip the top row action and just pay a card in that 3 food. And then bolster into deploy and pay another card. So they can get the power star without going out of their way. They're willing to forego using the top row action. Basically, they just pay 3 food and a combat card for their 3rd enlist. And they get 3 power, pay that 1 metal they have plus a combat card for their 3rd deploy. It'd be a 16 power. Trying to think if there's a move that would be useful besides moving these 2 workers over here, because I've got 3 of them I can use. I really want this guy to stay here. Saxony can't threaten me inside my home base. They can't river walk there. They're submerged. But they are very low power. I think maybe we bring a character down to this tundra. So on the next move action, we can potentially take this encounter if we want. Or go to the factory via township. But at least, I mean, these we can go to the factory via township, but we don't have an encounter in reach. We're going to be on to 8 popularity, I think. Well, they set themselves up to where they didn't need any more wood, so they're not happy to see that. And they wanted tier 2. So they're taking number 1, but they are going to take number 3 and drop back to 5 pop. Get that in that first enlist. It's turn 10 and they're picking up their first enlist. They're not on food. That's an potentially odd choice unless they're planning on sort of altering their economy. Move. deploy bonus. No one's going to build a building. So now we're going to drop to 6 popularity when we produce. And then we'll upgrade deploy. And then one of our trade deploys will be for 2 metal and a mech, and the other one will be for 2 popularity and a mech. It's going pretty well. Getting that food off of that first encounter helped us. Trading for that second oil helped us. It was actually if we'd had 4 metal and 1 upgrade, we could have done the same thing, but we wouldn't have had the upgraded. Yeah, we could have done the same thing. I was wondering if we had moved our first opportunity to this mountain like we talked about, it would have set us back. But I think it would work out the same because we would have essentially 1 less upgrade, but we would have 2 more metal. So it'd work out the same. Saxony sticking with their economy game, piling up mechs on this farm, doesn't want to get sent home. So you take this upgrade, I think, if you're Saxony. Upgrade your move. You already have all your mechs. Maybe you're upgrading your enlist or your upgrade. Check in on the score while they decide what to do. We're behind Polania. That's not a big deal at this point. They've spread out to 1, 2, 5 territories, and we have 4. So it's the star difference, I guess, because we have a slight coin advantage. I mean, we're about to pick up a star this turn, and we'll temporarily drop out of tier 2. You know, we should have grabbed this popularity enlist because we know they're building buildings. Weren't thinking about that. Let's see if they take 1 and 3. Nope. Take the 2 resources. Then the oil for another upgrade. So what are our stars here? Stars are going to be mech, enlist, objective, which we can get, combat worker. What are the standard rush stars? There's our worker star. We're not going to use our bolster or gain. So now 2 trades will give us our mechs. 23. We'd be at 30. Tier 2. Oh, that's where we'll be in a minute because we'll spend a coin. Oh, 31. What's Crimea doing on the score? They're right there with us. They chose to go 5 workers instead of 8. So they are going to have to move back onto a village and produce to get the worker star. So we'll have a little bit of time before they end. Yeah, missed out on a pop without taking the popularity enlist. We'll get the next one though. That last building. Probably. Below this. Be interesting. They're about to get a bunch of power here though, so they are not as much of an attractive target as they might have been otherwise. Power and a pop. Ooh. Interesting. Basically, they're willing to spin pop as long as it doesn't drop them below 7. What they're doing. We say we're going to get to 31. We're going to go township, so if we have to go to the factory and try to stall this game, we can. We don't get stuck. People's Army will be next. Lonnie now at 5 power. Oh, Polani's going for building number 4. We are going to miss it. We would have had to move that time. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. I think we're going to move this turn, though. We're not really a deep target for anybody. Saxony only has 3 power. We do have an upgraded move, so if we leave 1 unit on the factory, they could attack it, but we can put 2 units there and pick up an objective and an enlist star in the same move. And we want to go ahead and get, I mean, it's nice to save that objective so that you can't be dive bombed with combats to end the game. But with Human Shield, you want to go ahead and get it because you've got to have 5 workers in the same place. Missed out on that pop. Bad. pick up many territories doing it this way. Unfortunately. Would have been nice to get something that gave me popularity. Not producing again. I'm not gonna have resources. 2 away from the upgrade star. And power. That might give me some nice flexibility. I will take that. That probably puts us ahead. Nope. Still not there. Question is, how are we going to find combat without spending popularity? We only need 1, right? We can get this upgrade star. I mean, I guess I could have taken the build. Could have taken build, dropped a mill here, and then attacked over here, and picked up that popularity. Might have been a good thing to do. Then I'd need another combat. Go ahead and grab People's Army and see what happens on the board. Start spreading out. Mia is the only one in danger of ending it. Can they end it? Can't attack them there. Get a mech and then end next turn. But that gives us 2 plays. So Mia does not have an upgraded move action. So they would need 2 one-on-one combats, which they won't be able to get if we get People's Army. Make sure we're right about this. Could double attack here. We definitely need to hold the factory at this point. What I think we want to do is we want to get some spread, and then I think we're going to have to drop out of tier 2. Right now we have 10 points wrapped up in it. We're winning. So we need to pick up four territories and a star. We can do. Pick up 3 territories spreading out this way. next turn, and then the turn after that, use the factory card again, attack probably Crimea right here. I mean, we could attack them right here. There or there. Basically anywhere we can get a one-on-one combat, guarantee a victory. You know what I didn't think about? I didn't think about the fact that Saxony and Polani only have 2 power. Crimea be considering taking both of them on? They can, that would do it for them. Right? Yep. Maybe we should have spread. Let's think about this. Crimea has 15 power. If they threw down 7 each time in a 5, that's 12. Saxon Polania 1 can probably beat them. Oh. No, they're coming after us. That's interesting. They gotta bring 2 mechs though. People's Army. Unless they've forgotten. Right. Good on Crimea. We will spread and we will keep them from ending. They grouped up their mechs too, which not ideal for us. Saxony's moving. Maybe we get lucky and they give us something to work with. I doubt they'll spread out their mechs though. They're probably not going to go bumping workers with their 9 popularity. Second move. Yeah, they're staying on that spot. We pick up 3 territories. 9 gives us 51. We're up by 6. Crimea pays 3 plus 3, 6. And it goes to the third tiebreaker. What's the third tiebreaker? Because we'd have the same number of units, right? How much time do we have? Lonnie is about to run out of time. We've got plenty of time. Pull up the rules here real quick. All right. Tiebreakers are number of workers, mechs, and stars. Structures, which we'd be tied on because we all have our workers and our mechs. No buildings. Crimea and me, that is. Then it goes to power. We move and spread out. We'll both have 8 power. Unless he bolsters, in which he'll throw down a coin and he won't tie. And then it goes popularity, so we'd win the tiebreaker. Rest Fiat need that 2 pop. What do we upgrade here? Doesn't that much, does it? Yeah. Crimea skips the bolster. If Crimea bolsters, they'll get 2 coins plus 3 from the mech, and there'll be 1 short tying. They skip the top row action. I think we win on the 3rd tiebreaker. There it is. Popularity. We were right. Thanks for tuning in this morning, guys. I think I'm going to call it for now. I've got a tournament game that I'm playing in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys are in the Discord or want to send me a Discord invite, my username's on the top left there. I will send you an invite to the Discord. And they always post there when they stream the tournament game, so you can tune in and see it if you want to do that. But thanks for watching. Good games. Thanks, Don. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.